Do you have a retail job and it's your job to sell retail credit cards? Do you have a boss who seems to look at you as only a number every time they pass by? And do you dread every end of the month when you are given your selling status, your number of cards sold for the month? How do you feel? Do you feel dreadful? Well, hey, I got your back. I'm going to come at you guys with the best tips and strategies and hacks of how to turn your life around and how to sell retail credit cards. Yeah. I can't talk. Anyway, so first off, let's go ahead, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video with your other retail homies. I know I have a lot of retail homies out there. Shout out, what's up, Nayeli, Catherine, all the other homies from JT Wax. How y'all doing? Also, stay tuned because there is a surprise at the very end. So make sure you watch this video all the way through. So this video is about 5 tips, 5 hacks of how to sell retail credit cards. So I just received a comment on one of my very popular videos. It's on selling retail credit cards, but it's like a skit. And so I just received this comment from this user saying, "Oh, LOL, like I thought this was an actual like tips video on how to like sell the credit cards, but this is cool too, I guess. Yeah, this was up." And I was like, you know what? Honestly, in all seriousness, I could probably hook y'all up with some tips. I just previously got out of retail, thank God. Every person should go through retail and being a waitress because that really just shows you the other side of the business. It really makes you a better person, I would say. So it really made me a better person in retail. But it'd be too much sometimes. And sometimes in selling retail credit cards, it can be way too much. And very, very draining as well too. So I feel like I've had enough experience to go ahead and hit some of these spots for you guys. So let's just jump right into this video. I hate long intros, so we're just gonna get it cracking, okay? So, tip number 1 for selling retail credit cards. Make sure you are right in there with the enthusiasm. So whether if you're a cashier at a register or if you're at a specific place for credit cards in your store or whatever, make sure that as soon as you see that customer, as soon as you start to engage with them, it's just energy and enthusiasm right off the bat. So usually I usually give people with like my smile and like my tone of voice, my enthusiasm, but I mean not everybody's like this. Some people are just more like, you know, straightforward, just even more shyer. As long as you kind of project and have confidence in what you're saying and what you're trying to actually promote, you don't have to be all like, oh, hey, and funny and awesome like me. But yeah, just make sure that you're selling it from the very point that you're actually speaking with your customer, because nobody wants to be persuaded to getting a credit card by you, and this whole time you've been kind of like, yeah, I want to get a credit card, you want to save X amount of money, whatever, and then they're like, oh yeah, and then all of a sudden you're like, what? Really? You said yes? Alright, let's go ahead and sign you up now. Woohoo! And they'll be like, what's wrong with you? Why are you perking out of a sudden? Like, what? Yeah, you don't want to do that because it just seems like you're only about like the numbers and then like the signing up, and then that just kind of in a way can ruin somebody's experience. Like, oh wow, like it seems like people here, they just want, you know, you just sign up for things, they just want the numbers, and it's not really about my shopping experience being positive and benefiting me as well too. So that's a very, very important you know, one. Also, number 1 starts to go into number 2, which number 2 is to make sure that you keep yourself authentic. Sometimes people can sound like legit robots when they're trying to sell a card, like, you can get this, and that, you want to sign up. No, that's not going to work for you. I mean, you can see my personality, this is just this, but my thing is coming off as real, like, hey, you can get this benefit with this card, you know, you can use it this place, and this place, and then, you know, save some money while you're going along, that kind of thing. It's all about really relatability and then wording as well too. You just kind of keep it going. Yeah, you just kind of keep it going, basically. So yeah, just seem like you're really down to earth, like you're really just having a casual conversation with them and not just sitting there like bringing them up. Kind of take them out of the real world of, oh, I'm in like a retail store, they want me to get a credit card. Just have a legit, real conversation like you're talking about anything, basically. So that's another big important part of getting them more comfortable into kind of just releasing and letting loose from being uptight from, oh, they want me to get a credit card, you know, just kind of talk them into it, just be honest, just be authentic. Don't be fake about it, basically. Tip number 3, make sure, of course you're gonna wanna do this off the bat, is to keep hitting them with benefits. So if you're seeing that they're kind of like, I don't know, they're on the edge, you can 50% not have them and 50% have them hooked onto it. So make sure you're still hitting them with benefits like, oh, you can get this, you can get this. If they have a big purchase, if they have a lot in their basket or whatever, say you can save this much on your purchase right now. You can use those points that you're gonna get towards other purchases. You're really building points right now, and you're getting money back, and you're really just actually doing something good for yourself in the long end and saving money. That's what everybody wants to do, right? So yeah, just be really real about it. Just let them know like, hey, you can do this and then this and then this and then that and then that. And a big part is you don't want to sound like you're begging them. That was never my style personally. It's all in making it sound good, and then also just making it to where people actually feel like they're doing something big with saving money, especially with women. They just want to feel like, oh, they want to justify their purchases. Oh yeah, I saved this much money today. My husband can't be mad at me, right? Of course not. Yeah. So yeah, just keep reinforcing the benefits, saying, man, you can really do this, you can do that. Why wouldn't you, sign up and you save some money for your purchase? And the holidays are coming up. You can definitely decide that you want to use your new points towards your holiday purchases for your gifts. That's easy. Knock it out the park. Boom. And if you don't want to keep the card forever, you don't have to. You can use it for the holiday season, and then after that, don't use the card again. Don't close it because that's bad for your credit. But yeah, you can just cut the card up, put it in a drawer, and never use it again. Wait until it expires, and then you're golden. Did I sell you? Yeah, so that's another big point. It's just make sure you hit them with those benefits, fraud protection, all that kind of stuff. Just let them know, okay, it's safe, it's secure, all that jazz. Only takes a minute to sign up. It's really chill. Just kind of make it sound like it's not a big deal. Yeah, you can just sign up real quick, and then yeah, we can just see what we can get you for the card and whatever, and then yeah. Another way of kind of thinking of the whole keeping with the benefits and the facts, hitting people with that information. So for example, say that your significant other, you really want to persuade them into buying a new car. A Tesla, maybe. Yeah, Tesla's very expensive, but you just really want to persuade your significant other into, hey, this car is smart to get. These are the reasons why we should really get this car. You want to really sell them on that. So say like, oh, it's got great mileage, it's got a lot of space inside, there's good storage as well too, it's a lot of room for the kids inside, so if we're taking trips, whatever, we got that solidified. Also, it's pretty easy, for repairs, not expensive. Just act like you really want the person to get the card, and just keep hitting them like, yeah, you get this and this and that and that whatever. I mean, as much as they allow in the actual, the transaction. If they're buying like a soda, don't overdo it with them. They're trying to go home. They're trying to drink their soda at least. Don't overdo it. Just keep it short and sweet. But like I said, if they have a bigger purchase, you have time. Go ahead, use that time while you can. Hit them with all those benefits, all that kind of jazz. Like, that's the smartest thing you can do. Just utilize your time very wisely. And at the end of that transaction, let them know, hey, you could save this much money before we check out. Let me know. We can get you started. It only takes 2 or 3 minutes to sign up. Then you might even just save some money with our new credit card. Did I sell you this time? Tip number 4. Hit the dough. Turn negatives into positives. So if they have some negative things to say, like, oh, my husband might kill me, oh, the APR is too high. Look, tell your husband these benefits, okay? Because it's gonna be hot, okay? Because you be saving some money, especially for the holidays, okay? Because it's November right now, so. And then also if they mention like the APR is too high, which the APR for retail credit cards are usually a lot higher than, regular credit cards. But yeah, if you tell them like, hey, if you just decide that, you know what, we're gonna pay these cards off right when we spend the actual money, we're gonna just send off the check, send off the money, pay it online right away. Cool. You can also make sure that you set up automatic payments. They can just go straight to your card, so you never have to worry about the APR. And then also, lastly, you can just make a little reminder in your phone, or like set an alarm, or even just put a note on your calendar that has an alert on it. be like, hey, my payment's due this day, and then, you know, just pay it off that way. But if you're responsible with it, which it shouldn't be too hard, definitely that's the best way to avoid the APR and things like that. So yeah, these did not come overnight. My old job, like, they had training for this kind of stuff, so it did help for sure. You kind of find your loopholes around everything. But definitely, if you kind of just think about these responses that you get from your customers, like, oh, hey, what do they actually, you know, come back at me with? What can I not answer because I don't know the answer to? Just like, you know, kind of think about it, and, you know, ask around, like, hey, what do other people say about, in response to these questions and these statements that the customers actually have to repel actually getting a credit card. You just want to be able to find your little loopholes around all of their no statements. Just bring them into yes statements. There you go. And then they're sitting there like, dang, they got me. What am I supposed to say now? Do I say no? Can I say no? I don't know if I can say no. Okay. Tip number 5. The final tip, y'all. Hallelujah. Is when the day comes that they finally decide that they want to sign up for a credit card under your name, under your numbers. It's on. Like Donkey Kong. Okay, so you want to definitely keep the calm tone that you have. Don't get like excited like, oh yeah, okay, let's get you. Yeah, ooh. I mean, of course you're feeling that inside, but you still gotta keep it calm. Like, oh no, this isn't facing me. I'm not jumping inside like a jelly bean. I'm not excited right now. But you really have to just keep it professional. You still have to just try and walk people through the whole process. You walk them through the benefits. You want to make sure that you walk them through the signing everything and putting your information in, things like that. So step number 5, make sure your process for applying is as smooth as possible. If there's any outside factors, like somebody trying to bother you while you're trying to do your transaction, do you see what I'm trying to do right now? I'm trying to get my stats up, cuz what you mean? Yeah, just try and keep outside factors, stop what you're doing, just make sure that you focus solely on them. Whatever questions that they have, be right there to answer it right away, and still also be confident with what you are answering them on. So if they're feeling antsy about, oh, I don't want my information, you know, to be put in your system, say something like, oh, like our information, our system doesn't keep your information, so everything that you put in goes straight to the bank. We don't keep anything in our system, so everything's very, very secure. And then we also have you just fill your information out. We don't put any information of yours in by ourselves. All right, guys, this is the surprise, guys. I'm gonna hit you guys with a bonus tip number 6. So hey, say if, you know, you don't get every transaction where you're gonna get a credit card. So say if, you know, somebody doesn't want one. They're like, maybe not, maybe I'll do it, you know, some other time, whatever, but I don't know how I feel. I'll have to go talk to my husband. If you get a response like that, just say, okay, understandable, you know, but I'll send you home with this pamphlet if you guys have pamphlets at your store. Definitely take a read over it. Has all of our information, so if you do have questions, they are in there, or you can give our store a call as well too for additional questions. But make sure you keep that dialogue open with that customer, basically. Just keep the offer open. I used to say, well, hey, definitely keep your mind on it. We'll keep the offer still on the table, so if you come back the next day, come back in a week, say, you know what, I read over the pamphlet, I thought about it some more, I think I'm gonna do it. Boom. You know, even if you don't get that same customer, it still opens the window for somebody else to get that customer. So you basically plant that seed for, you know, getting that credit card sold to that customer, and, you know, every time they come back, they'll think about it. Like, you know what? Credit card. They're thinking about that credit card, you know? Because they're getting asked by other people as well too. So it's just kind of like, it opens that, I would say opens that sword, but it opens that door basically for a credit card to go in. And then, you know, either way, if it's somebody else who gets that credit for that credit card, your team is still winning. Your whole store's average is gonna go up because you're all getting, you know, more cards. So if that was helpful, definitely let me know. I've been out of retail for like 3 months, praise God. So I'm like, I'm a little rusty, but I don't know, we'll see. So I hope that I could remember all my information and give it to you guys in a decent manner. So yeah, definitely, like I said before, like, comment, and share and subscribe, okay, if you're feeling me and the kid. I am the kid, if you feeling me. So yeah, and then also for sure, make sure you follow me on Instagram. I am Erin Smith, and yeah. Okay, y'all, I'll see y'all next week for the next video.